Hey everybody, I'm JimClassic, and you are watching Geekin It. And for today's video, I will be talking about another Masterverse series from the New Adventures of He-Man. He-Man. Now, let's talk about the box first off. It's in its usual, odd shaped packaging. We have the He-Man. I guess he's still He-Man. He-Man. I'm still going to do that though. In an open window package, and as I'm sure you can already see, as you can see, there I am. Hey. That he is definitely a departure from your average He-Man. If you turn over here to the side, you will see He-Man holding aloft his magical laser sword, which again, I have to say, just like with the Sorceress, I really like the artwork. I love the artwork for just about all of these. Like, I don't know who's doing the work at Mattel. I don't know who they're hiring, but they're doing a great job. I love this artwork. Again, if they were just to make a collector's card series, I miss that. I miss that from the 90s. Those X-Men collector's cards, and I have even with when Transformers Kingdom line was coming out back in 2020. No, I'm sorry, 2021. Yeah, 2021 and 22. Doing the Kingdom line, they had those Kingdom cards. Man, I would love to get the artwork for some of this stuff. So anyway, here we have an action pose of sci-fi He-Man, and some little weird alien guys in the background. I don't know what that's all about. And also have what's available down here. We have Evil Lynn. We have Frosta from She-Ra. We have the Revelations version of Roboto, and we have Stratos, which I always liked Stratos as a kid, so maybe I should, if I find him, I should get him. But anyway, so now that we've talked about the New Adventures of He-Man, which was a very short-lived cartoon series in the 90s, it didn't last very long. I know as a kid I didn't like it. And really, the only reason why I'm buying this figure is because, the whole concept of multiverses and stuff, and, whatever. Multiverse. We'll just call this guy a multiverse He-Man, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, let's open this guy up and see what it is all about. And here we have the New Adventures of He-Man. He-Man. Yes, here he is. And I have to say, not a bad figure for a character of a show which I hated as a child. But no, this is a Masterverse version of the New Adventures of He-Man. And I have to say it's not that bad. I really don't hate the figure. Had a few minutes to putz around with the figure. He is definitely a departure from your average He-Man. First off, that he definitely has a very fresh, kind of a clean-cut face. Got the ponytail right there. This was the 90s after all. And he's a little bit slightly more high-tech than the original He-Man. I mean, you got this weird, it's not a bandolier. Bandoliers hold ammunition, but this is like this weird asymmetrical harness, which no longer has the cross or the H on it or whatever. He's got this kind of teched out looking bracer, which something's going to go there in a minute. I'll show you. He has the H on his belt, and of course He-Man's wearing pants and not the furry briefs. And of course he's got the golden boots. So this is definitely a departure, because the original He-Man kind of resembled a barbarian in many ways. And of course, obviously, we don't want to forget the laser sword, but we'll get to that in the accessories part. In fact, let's just take off that sword. But anyway, and also even his build is different from, again, your regular He-Man. He's still built. Don't get me wrong. This guy is still jacked, and if he was in real life, he could probably beat the crap out of me. But even the build is slightly different. Like it's more of a normal muscle bound guy, where He-Man's, your traditional He-Man character or your traditional Masters of the Universe character, their muscles are a lot more exaggerated. This is almost like a realistic version of He-Man. Like I said, it's not bad. I mean, like I said, I like it. It's a solid toy. I mean, he stands well. Okay, so I was a bit rough with the figure. That might have been it. But look, all right. See, he's standing fine. That was just that was just a fluke. He's standing fine, and even on one of his toes. So he's even standing at an awkward angle. Anyway, the muscles are a little bit like even like right here. If you look at it, I think they're even like slightly less defined than some of the other He-Man toys. Like there's like I'm looking for the right word. I'm trying to find the right word, but like there's not softness. But muted. There might be a muted tone to a muted sculpting to some of these. Like it's not as like the edges are not as hard as they should be. I think. I'm not sure if I'm finding the right words, but like it's. Damn it, man! Just when I complimented you on your ability to stand, you do that. I'm leaving that in. I'm not cutting it out. Anyway, there's some actually. I'm just noticing this now. There is some weird. Like, I don't know if you hear that, but there is some like I don't even know if the camera's picking up on it or if it can pick up on it. Let me turn off the light. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually see it, but there is this weird grainy kind of sculpting in the body. I guess it's trying to simulate pores, but on a like the tiny little micro bumps all over the body, which I guess is supposed to represent pores. I guess they are trying to go for a more realistic skin, which is kind of cool. And I have to say, the face sculpt. You gonna focus on the face? Should I turn off the light? It's not gonna work no matter what. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, even like much like the sorceress, this face sculpt is pretty good. Again, this face is a departure from your average He-Man. From the hairstyle, the face looks younger. Again, the eyes almost have a little bit of a shine to them. There we go. Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad head sculpt, not at all. But anyway, we've talked about the toy. Let's talk about the posability real quick before we get onto the accessories. So, we have a ball joint at the head. He can look up that far. He can look down that far, which is actually not bad. That's pretty good. I mean, he can almost look up. Can you look, he can, if he arches his back, he can look up. Yay, look at the stars. But no, he's got a pretty good range of motion for the head. We have universal hips. You can just kind of go all around. We have a bicep swivel. Whoop, let me do this. Bicep swivel. We have double jointed elbows. We have some wrist rotation. I don't think. Yeah, no, there's a joint. There's a joint right there at the hand. So the joint he can kind of wave with his grippy hand. Same thing for the other arm. He does have, some articulation at the upper chest. He has a waist swivel. Let's see. Yep. Ball joints at the hips. We have thigh swivel right there. We have double jointed knees. The ever cringeworthy shin rotation, where he break his tibia, I think, and up and down at the ankle, and we even have a decent pivot right there for a wide stance. Like I said, he does stand. See, look at that. No issues at all. So let's talk about He-Man's accessories, which he actually has a decent amount. There's a lot more accessories than the Sorceress has. So, let's start with the fists. He's got two closed. Is this gonna? No. Two closed punchy fists. One is already on that hand, just because I felt like giving him a little bit of asymmetry. He has two grippy hands, even though he only has one item that he needs to hold in his hand, but he comes with two grippy hands. So I guess you can make He-Man left-handed or right-handed if you really want to. We have his laser sword, which I guess is his power sword. I guess this is an upgraded version of it. Unfortunately, if you look at it, there's a slight bend in the blade, but that's due to the packaging, unfortunately. I don't want to monkey around with it too much because it's gonna, it's pretty rigid plastic. I'm gonna guess the gold is. I have an alarm clock going off. Sorry. Anyway, the blade is slightly bent due to the packaging. Unfortunately, I don't really want to straighten it out too much out of fear of destroying it, breaking it. But it's mostly clear or translucent green plastic with painted gold for the hilt. And also, one of his other accessories is a translucent green shield for that mech'd out gauntlet. So that means, He-Man's got his shield and he's got his sword. And you can put him in, that kind of an action pose right there. And that's pretty cool. Like, it is an interesting, now as an adult, I hated this cartoon show as a kid. I don't even know if it's, I guess I can find it on YouTube nowadays, because I'm pretty sure Mattel is not licensing the DVDs out to it, but, it's not a bad take. I never saw this as an evolution of He-Man. It's, probably better off as like an alternate universe version of He-Man. But it looks pretty cool. I dig it. He poses pretty well. Oh, actually, let's try the 1 foot pose, which is one of my favorites. Let's try the 1 foot pose. Can he do it? Mario did it. Luigi did it. Sorceress, I didn't try it. Maybe I should have. Oh, whoop, we got it. We got the 1 foot pose. Look at that. Oh man, I can't waste this. Cannot waste this. Where's Skeletor? I gotta find a Skeletor. Give me a Skeletor. Any Skeletor. Come on, guys. Alright. Hold on. I gotta put Skeletor in a pose here. There we go. It's not New Adventure Skeletor, but it is a Skeletor. There we go. Look at that. That is beautiful. Anyway, so enough right there. I guess that does count as a comparison too. So now He-Man does have another accessory aside from the fists and the weapons, which you also might have seen. It looks like body armor and a helmet. So what we're gonna do, just for safety purposes, take the sword and the shield off because I don't want to risk breaking them. So the body breastplate armor is soft, flexible gold plastic. Hopefully not the type of gold plastic that disintegrates in a couple of years. But I don't think they're doing that anymore. But anyway, it's got some good sculpting details. Mostly unpainted. But you see a little bit of red right there. There's like a silver dial. I think some lights. Are they painted? Yeah, they're painted red. But mostly unsculpted. There's a little thing right there to store the sword. Oh yeah, more details in the back. The helmet looks like just, almost like a gladiator helmet. But anyway, so this is what we do. We take the other harness off, and this is also soft plastic. This kind of comes right off. Now, in order to put this on, gotta pop off He-Man's head, which that's easy. Fortunately, that is easy. Gonna put the thing on. Attach it. Oh, did it go in? No, it didn't go in. There we go. And we're going to do on this side. Come on. There we go. Put the head back on, which is, again, easy. The helmet is also relatively soft gold plastic. Alright, and let's just get the sword on. I'm just going to do it off camera because I don't want to... Like I said, the sword is, A little bit worried about breakage issues, so I don't want to overreach too much while on camera. So sorry for the blank gray screen. But here we have, let's try a better pose. Let's try, yeah, let's do that. Alright. So here we have the New Adventures of He-Man, in, I don't know, just body armor, I guess. I don't remember this from the cartoon show, but then again, as I've said several times, I never watched the cartoon show. I didn't like it. So I don't know where this body armor comes into play. Maybe that was just an additional, maybe that was a special action gimmick He-Man, like, you know, Thunder Punch He-Man or Battle Armor He-Man. Maybe they just, Mattel just decided to throw in the extra body armor here just as a nod to that. I don't know. Maybe he just wears it in the show later on. You know, I remember this from the cartoon, but whatever. It doesn't look bad on him. You know, again, it gives He-Man a little extra body armor. Almost looks like he's wearing a life support outfit. Like maybe he gets effed up like Darth Vader does or something. I don't know. But it doesn't look bad on him. I mean, it's, you know, they tried to take He-Man into the realm of sci-fi and out of the realm of fantasy. And I guess that's what they tried to do here. It's not bad. It's not bad. But anyway, let's get to some comparisons, shall we? For some comparisons to New Adventures of He-Man, we have the 40th Anniversary Masterverse He-Man. Oh no, don't tell me you're not going to stand. We have the Masterverse Revelations He-Man. There we go. Is he there? Is he in shot? He's in shot. Alright, we have the Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man. We have the Dolph Lundgren 1987 Masters of the Universe He-Man. Is he in shot? Yes, he is. He's kind of overshadowing the Revelations one, but that's okay. No! Dolph Lundgren, what are you doing? There we go. This is a cool He-Man. I should also do a review of him. Alright, yeah, he's overshadowing. And of course, so far the only other He-Man, 6-inch He-Man that I have is He-Man's great granddaddy, and that is King Grayskull from Revelations. There we go. So, with the exception of, there we go. These are all of my 7-inch, or I'm sorry, these are all my 6-inch He-Man figures, and pretty happy with it. Pretty happy. I actually dig it. I really do dig the New Adventures of He-Man. You know, he's definitely a departure from your traditional He-Man. In quite a few ways, but whatever. He's from the 90s. I guess he's kind of legacied in at this point. I mean, I don't have to, it is an interesting take. It is an interesting take of He-Man. Taking away the barbarian and adding in the sci-fi, it's okay. It's a good toy. It makes for a cool, like, multiverse kind of a thing, which I dig that. I dig multiverse stuff. King Grayskull just fell over, but you didn't see that. But anyway, so that's it. That's it for the Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, New Adventures of He-Man review. That was a mouthful. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm JimClassic. You have been watching Geekin' It, and I will see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.